So this absence has felt as long as that one time when we never came back from spring break.
Am I in the right place? Is this
I
the
know.
right show?
Who is this?
I gotta
Right.
make up for some time lost. So I
I've
gotta
been
pull out
absent a little bit, just a wee bit.
I mean, y'all really have. You've been having lives.
I know.
Not me.
I mean, you haven't.
Well, besides you.
Wait a minute.
Right.
What was that? What did you say? What was it called again?
The A and the B to the show. Have been having lives. We're busy. We're
Well,
busy
hello,
people.
everyone. Hello.
Let me tell you what. I have really been growing my cybersecurity channel this last month and so. And tonight I had like 4, maybe 5 or 6 pauses during the broadcast because of my stupid internet.
Yeah, your internet do be thumping.
Hashtag Metronet, man.
Your internet is kind of.
Hey, Joanne.
But even if it's,
do they still say sus? Do they still say sus?
Even if it's the fiber that I have right now or the copper from Comcast that I had in my other house,
copper.
like it's the same thing.
That's no bueno.
I mean, how are you gonna be fighting cyber crimes when your internet is a crime in itself?
That's the embarrassing part. Is I'm like, really? Like I have these important guests in the cybersecurity realm, and then here's my ish getting all messed up, and I'm like, really? It's so embarrassing, guys.
You're getting hacked. You are in the middle of getting hacked.
Don't say stuff like that. Jeez.
Speaking of, I haven't been hacked in. Better knock on wood.
Yeah, I was gonna say thank you, internet gods.
Like 3 or 4 months, y'all. I'm just been like,
no gold bullion buying, folks.
No gold bullion buying. No people trying to extract money from my photography websites. It's been nice. It's been nice.
You know who has been hacked? Anita. Y'all know Anita's a big watcher of our show. She had to let go of her Facebook, and she's never been able to get it back. I mean, it has been a nightmare for her. And the funny thing is, she's like, Sandy, I messaged her. I'm like, I didn't know you were a fan of Morgan Wallen.
What's that?
I don't know. The singer, I don't know. I just know that I didn't know she was a fan. And she's like, did you forget I was hacked? I'm like, okay, that would explain why you're selling to someone I had no idea that you didn't even like. So anyway.
He's huge, actually. He's gotten really big for...
He ain't that big.
Oh, crap.
I ain't never heard of him.
Hold on.
What happened? Something come up?
He got hacked?
No, Siri thinks that I'm talking to her. And she
listen, when I look at my phone or my watch and I say, hey, SIRI, bitch does not listen to me. But if I'm like
you should
trying to do a cheeseman, if I'm trying to do a cheeseman, she's like, I'm sorry, can you repeat
all
that?
up in that business.
Big.
Man, and then there'll be times when I'm like, I talk for an extended period of time, and I have this huge message on my watch. I'm like, I'm not even talking.
It's like recording and reporting to the person that I'm talking to.
Unbelievable.
Can
I tell y'all, dropping your child off in a faraway city is never, ever a good time. Never, ever a good time.
No.
We've heard it like 4 times already.
Dropped off their kids.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, Joe.
You know that it's coming. You know that they're going to do fine, but at the same time, it's still like, it like punches you right here.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's your baby. You're sending him to a faraway land.
Yeah.
I mean, how far exactly? Like,
she's 6 hours away. Exactly 6 hours away. Yeah.
And that's how many hours by plane?
It's like 45 minutes by plane.
It takes longer to get ready than to actually get there by plane.
It takes me longer to get to TSA.
It actually takes me longer to get through TSA than to actually get to her if I take the plane. So, but yeah, it's just.
And she's excited. She lives for it to be away from the parents. Not really. I don't know
that. Well, I will tell y'all, don't. It's something that I tell people. It's like you can't. It's something to dread.
Yeah, my
I'm
friends
sorry, Joe.
that I've seen like dropping off in Nebraska, dropping off at Alabama. I mean, they're just Houston. They're all over the place. I'm like,
Right.
ooh.
Yeah, it is, man. You think that you're like strong. It's like, I got this. I got this. Nah, man. Nah.
What
I
is
only,
it that's
cried
like
for
the
20
hardest part?
miles. The hardest part is like, so for me, the hardest part is that last day when we're actually leaving. Like, we were there, we are setting up her new apartment or her new place where she's staying.
The last day you were leaving her.
Yes.
Okay.
And then she stayed with us that last night. We went to go eat breakfast the next day, or lunch, because we didn't get up for breakfast.
I know that's right, girl.
Breakfast is lunch.
Yeah, so we went to get lunch and we ate, and then we're taking her back, and you're like, I'm strong, and then they're like, we gotta go. You just give her the hug, and then it's just like water just pours on my face.
Is it more you or like everyone?
It's more me, because Kiki she cries a little bit, Chris cries a little bit, and I cry a lot. So
was it just you and Chris this time, or did
it was just me and Chris this time because of all of her stuff? We wouldn't have been able to fit Jet with us.
Oh, okay.
And
started school, right?
Yeah, he started school. Yeah, he started school too. So hopefully he goes to tech.
Right.
Take his butt anywhere, because I don't know what we're gonna do if he decides to move away. Because man, this house is already quiet.
Did y'all get a larger house because of the kids, or will you be like downgrading or anything like that?
No, we won't. We got a larger house now. We moved into a larger house now, and was like, oh, well, this is kind of dumb.
Time to move.
And her room has a bathroom in it, so it's got an ensuite. And
does Jets have a bathroom, or are they swapping
Jets
out?
does not have a bathroom. Jets has he has a bathroom, but it's right beside his room.
It's the guest bathroom.
Was in her room, yeah. So, and the dogs are missing her. They're all like bummed out and stuff like that. So
they're like, who's going to feed us now?
Yeah.
Who's going to feed us on time?
So one of them actually like pooped here in the office, and I think it was a revenge poop, because it was like, oh, you took our owner away from us, so we're going to poop in here.
Right.
Dang, bro.
They do. They feel it. It's so emotional because speaking of dogs, Rennie is out training with her new person, and she's been out all week long.
Oh my!
She's gonna be gone until Saturday, and my dogs are like, "Where is Rennie?" They're not eating. They come in and they're like, "We know she's in here," and they're looking everywhere for her. And it has been
it's
quite
crazy, because people don't think dogs get depressed, but they sure do.
They do.
Oh,
they
no,
do, they're not even eating their normal portions. Because usually, like Cash will be like tearing his stuff up. Junius is little 2-year-old, but yeah, he's like not very happy right now.
Yeah, it's like, what did you do with our sister?
Yeah, where is my sister? Exactly, because they're usually the ones that are always like the most playful. But yeah,
I was trying to share the show out, right? I was trying to invite some folks, and I realized that I sent the link to the cybersecurity website or YouTube, and I was like, oh. I said live right now, and then people are like, I don't see you live right now. They're like, you sit on a throne of lies.
No, that's fine.
Oh, right.
I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I sent.
If y'all were real cyber gangsters, though, they would have figured it out.
Yeah, they wouldn't even have had to have said anything.
Right, exactly. So they're not at that level yet. They're not at that level.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. So it's crazy, because I saw the MLS thing being hacked, and I was like,
oh yeah.
And so I was like, it's bigger, not as big as NCR. So just to give you all some updates. So NCR was hacked. They don't like to call it a breach, but it was a breach.
What's NCR?
NCR is National Cash Register. I sell their product.
Okay.
And they were
give y'all. Give.
Yeah, they were breached, and they just barely have started the process of like giving credits to people and all that fun stuff. And I'm just like, dude, it makes me so mad. As a consumer or as a person that sells their software for them, they left us in the dark too. And so,
yeah, but that won't matter. Like
and we were
to the the people who are pissed, they won't care. They won't.
Yeah, they don't care that we don't know but the problem is we are the face of NCR.
Yeah.
And
So
you're the front men
yeah,
and women.
you did that.
And so we're like, we hear that something's going to happen, but we're not sure that something's going to happen. And then
and it
finally,
didn't help that they were so hush on everything for so long.
Yeah,
they weren't even claiming that.
Were they
was wrong,
hush or were they in denial and hoping that no one noticed?
No, they were.
Well, a lot of people noticed, so it's so dumb
like
because
it made its rounds.
they should have at least had their CEO or someone from higher up didn't come in and say, "Hey, this is what happened."
We know that.
They didn't do any of that, and so we have to distance ourselves from them and say, "Hey, that's on them. We can't figure out. We have no control over the services that they're supposed to provide, and that type of deal." So it was
just to tell y'all like the difference. I know it's technical a little bit, but like a breach is when a malicious entity has gained access to card holder data and has removed that from where it's supposed to stay.
Or when the baby's upside down and it's a breach.
Yes, that's true too.
Just another.
A hack is just when they get into your system and they maybe like screw around with stuff. Like I think some years ago they were like the signs, right? The road signs that had the awnings. And they would hack them, and they would say, "The zombie apocalypse is here. Please run." I don't know if you remember that, but that was a thing.
I remember that. That's funny.
Yeah. And so, people were calling 911, and it caused a lot of mass hysteria because people.
Right.
And so, so that's a hack. A hack is when they get in and they change stuff, or like they go onto a government website and they change the front page to say something silly or whatever. When they, those are hacks. So breaches is when they get in there and they're like, "Oh, we took some data." And that data is usually
like Ashley Madison. Ashley Madison.
How many? I've always been curious about the people whose butt clenched whenever that came out, because I was like, I just want to hear the story.
I was nervous, and I was never on the show.
I told myself, I was like, I'm glad I don't have to worry about anything like that. But I really wanted to see the people. I would have loved to have been like, "Yo, look,
they had a show,"
and then see people's faces and be like,
"Man, that's
shit their pants on live TV."
So in our case, Jamie, you know what ours was. So was it a hack that could have led to a breach, or
so all hacks definitely have the opportunity to be a breach. Here's the thing, though: NCR has not revealed a ton of information about what happened, or anything.
They just said it was a ransomware attack. That's all they said. They actually said ransomware attack.
Well, how it happened though. So with ransomware, it's very hard, right? So here's just a few scenarios of how that usually works out. You have imagine like you need to call someone to come fix the printer, right? And so the company that fixes printers, they come out to your site and they do their work and then they leave, okay?
Right.
You could have someone who works at that place, the malicious individual, and they will actually install software onto the printer or the computers or the servers or anything like that in hopes to do something. Now, the thing with hackers or people who do ransomware, excuse me, what up?
What up?
Oh, nice.
I like his AI.
And, she is I wish I could share stuff about her. I can't. Anyway, she's a great friend though. She's a fellow. I will say she is a fellow.
She's a cyber gangster.
Yeah, she is a cyber gangster. Thank you. Yes.
Nice.
But so the thing with these people with ransomware in specific, or actually just any of it, they're patient. They are grotesquely patient.
Yeah, they're in no hurry.
Yeah, because in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, that's when the attack will occur. And when it occurs, it's horrible. So here's the thing with NCR. You could potentially say they didn't have the opportunity to know what was going on, because sometimes you don't know. But a ransomware attack, they'll let you know quickly how much they want.
Right.
And you pay it.
Because that's what happened to the MLS. The MLS is actually being like saying they want a certain amount of money to release their product or whatever it is. Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll end up paying, majority of cases, you'll pay less than that amount, but it's still a lot, right? And here's the reason, is because what didn't exist so many years ago, Joe, when we started doing this, when, remember when it was the Visa and MasterCard data standards, and then it turned into PCI and all that jazz?
Right.
We didn't have cybersecurity insurance then. Nowadays, businesses have cybersecurity insurances, and so when the ransomware attack happens, they call insurance, and then they get funds released to do that. But
And
there's
some
usually
people still don't purchase it, just in case you're wondering.
Sandy, so
Sometimes it's $150 a year. Do they want it? No.
a year. And
Year.
if you have stats on that more, I would love to hear it, Sandy. I'm just so curious about like how the cybersecurity insurance world, pays out. How do the premiums work? How does the premiums increase based on that? I understand the cars and the houses. I don't understand cybersecurity insurance. I might need to bring you onto my cybersecurity show to talk about insurance.
No mames. I'm not even well versed on it, honestly. I just see it like it's 150 to add it to the quote, and I'm like, okay, I'll add it.
You just click
quote.
the checkbox.
Yes.
But honestly, but what they usually have is there's an intermediary who comes in to negotiate with the ransomware attackers and negotiate a price.
It's probably the freaking intermediary that's the
probably. But they might ask for like 10 million or 5 million, depending on if it's a big hospital, a little hospital, whatever. And they're like, yeah, we can't do that much. And so they'll be like, okay, we'll negotiate. Here's the crazy part. Okay, here's the crazy part. In all the stories I've ever heard about ransomware, when it comes time to pay up and get the data released, your ransomware attacker turns into the most legit platinum customer service agent you've ever had in your entire life. I have never heard of a story of a ransomware who's gotten paid who did not take care of you. And everyone has always been like, they were the sweetest person ever. Like, and they told me how to not let this happen again for you.
That's right.
He's $10 million more richer, so why would he be rude?
Like, so no more dick. That's fine.
Am I right on that? Cumulus Cloud, fill in gaps anywhere you choose to, because I know you have some more perspective on this. But
it's so crazy.
Yes,
because
Cumulonimbus, tell us more.
Because they had planned on migrating their servers to a different platform or something like that, and so it was kind of happening in the middle of that. So it's almost like suspect that they wait until that point in time to actually.
Well, because the other thing too is if they knew when they were gonna transfer it to the new stuff, it's very possible that the old software, the ransomware, wouldn't have worked in the new one because it wasn't coded for it. Maybe.
Right.
And so that they were like, "Oh shoot, I got a better head."
He's like, "Oh crap, we better do it now.
Let's get paid." I forgot that I had that guy. I forgot NCR was out there.
And we were down for like 3 weeks. It was crazy.
It felt like so much longer.
Yeah. So of course, and this is what drives me nuts. NCR is patting itself on the back. We knew right away that what had happened, but of course you knew right away what had happened.
We didn't know right away.
Wrong flex, bro.
Yeah, and we responded so quickly, but I'm like, come on, that's what drives me nuts about the corporate world, because they try to spin it into something positive. When I was like, dude, there's no way that you could not have known that it was there. It's like you had thousands of Aloha sites down, and now all of a sudden, oh yeah, we found it quickly. No. Well, obviously, you had to start researching that stuff.
How do you even begin to? And so here's an aspect in cybersecurity when we talk about like why you should have a cybersecurity specialist like on staff and things like that.
Right.
You're like, it's not that to just protect your data. Honestly, it's not even that you get breached. A business is kind of like, well, it doesn't matter, all that. Where the hit really comes in and they teach us to kind of zone in on is your brand. You mess up your brand. You're not buying cybersecurity protection. You're buying insurance to protect your brand, right? Like how many times do we know that Walmart and TJ Maxx and Home Depot and NCR now, like how many times do we hear those names and they're synonymous with getting credit card data breached?
Right.
It's like, and so it's like, do you really want to take the danger of that? That's how we're supposed to kind of be like, tell the companies like, do you want to do that? That's why you should hire us. And we're not wrong either. It's like, yeah, you should hire us for that.
And it's crazy because they were just like, I talked to other Aloha resellers and they're like, dude, we just lost a huge chain. And so it's like hundreds of stores are like moving to different platforms because of NCR's response or lack of response,
Lack
really,
of response. Yeah.
to the issue that popped up. And so it's and it's funny because I'm technically not supposed to sell anything else, but I'm always keeping an eye out and just like,
I
hey,
mean, if this is how that is gonna, is gonna react, like,
mhm,
where are
right,
you gonna move them? You have to have an option to move.
yeah,
And I agree with you on that, but let me throw this out there too, and it's
mhm,
playing the devil's advocate in a way, right? So
yeah,
you, even though you have cybersecurity people in place and you
Do you have
follow a certain
cybersecurity people
standard,
in place, Drew?
I don't know, right
and
here,
you
this guy.
and you put the necessary controls in place for that, they're never, it's still not a 100% guarantee. I've heard people say, or like I'm training in PCI DSS, specifically payment card industry data security standards.
Yeah, there's always that possibility.
There's always, I've heard people like,
Yeah,
but I was 100, I completed my compliancy, I was good.
yeah, I do my scans every 6 months. I do my scans every 6 months. I filled out the forms. I do this.
So have you ever wondered why you hear about a breach that's happened 3 months, 6 months previously?
Yeah,
It's because when those scans are done, they're required, bare minimum required every 3 months.
yeah,
And so when they get those scans, then they're able to see, oh my gosh, oh, they're like, holy
right,
crap, we've been breached. And it's like,
yeah,
yeah, by that time they already got 150 million people's usernames
right.
and email addresses and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and the problem is like, just like what we're saying, it's how you respond to that. Even though you may have all the things set up for your security, it's how you respond as a company that's going to, affect your
Don't
business
leave
from
your
that point.
people hanging.
Don't
Right,
leave your
exactly.
computer on. Let me tell you, go to YouTube and search like, if you ever wondered like, hey, it's no big deal that my credit card data was stolen or whatever, go look at a video of that ish, and it's freaky scary, man. Like to see them buy, they usually can buy like, it's one or the other, either a debit card number or a credit card number. They can usually buy those at $2 a pop or dollar or 75 cents a pop. Now, the ones that are 75 cents, I can't remember which one's easier and why. They get those because they are easier to use, and they usually have a turnaround time where they can turn them off super fast. So they're cheap. And a lot of people don't usually get them, right? And that's why they're so cheap. But to see a person go through the dark web, purchase a bundle of credit cards, grab a machine, a credit card, blank one, and input that information on it, swipe it so it punches the numbers and everything down, and then encode the magnetic stripe all within like minutes. And then
It's
go around at
sickening. That is
Amazon and use it.
sickening.
It's freaking scary. Like when you watch it, you would, at least for me, I didn't think I'd be scared or whatever. I think I'm like,
Right.
oh, interesting. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, holy crap, that is like
It's
the
crazy.
invasion.
So
It's
another
insane.
thing too that happened to us, which is why I am so reluctant to buy gift cards. We bought a gift card, just say on a Friday evening. By
Mhm.
Saturday morning, the money was already spent. And you know
Wait,
me.
you mean by whoever you bought it for, or
No, that's what I
No.
thought. As I was like, damn, they used it fast. Well, because they went shopping and they're like, Sandy, the card doesn't have any money on it. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't have any money? I'm like, here's the gift receipt. Anyway, so I go snooping. I find where this MF spent this money. It's happened. I bought it at Walmart on Milwaukee and 82nd. The guy that used it was in Midland. And so all these Walmart gift cards, they're just waiting for them to be activated and they'll go purchase whatever amount you have on there. And
Wow.
Walmart does nothing about it. Nothing. They
Yeah,
don't
because
give a
like,
shit.
it's out of our hand.
It's out of our hands. You've already paid for it. Someone already spent it. Nothing we can do.
I missed some of that, but I think I caught the gist of it. So you looked up online, I guess, because you had the gift receipt that had the
The gift
Right.
number on there.
Because
Yeah,
you
she
can
has
look
the
at your
gift card number.
transactions.
Yeah. Oh, right. The digital, right? Now they're digital,
Mm.
and you can pull that up, look at it, see where it was spent, all
So
that
it showed you
jazz.
like what store. So I'm like looking for that store, found that person, called the store and said, hey, someone used this gift card. Can you tell me send me the footage of who it was. And it definitely wasn't who the people that it was that I gave it to. So I made the mistake. So Walmart almost refunded me the money. And I was like, I can't go right now, but I'll go in about 30 minutes. And she was like, I won't be here in 30 minutes. So when I tried to go the next day when I could go, they were like, oh, well, turns out we can't give it back to you. So I almost had my money had I been able to go get it right then and there.
Oh my goodness.
But they don't care. They won't do anything for you.
Do you have a feeling what happened?
Yeah. So what I was told based on just kind of my reading is that these people actually like have like card readers that can read these card numbers and they copy them. It's kind of similar to what, that's what made me think of it, kind of similar to what you were saying. And so I guess they get notification when they get activated, and that way they can immediately go to the store and go buy it, whatever it is that they were going to buy.
So there's 2/3 ways that they do this. The first way, and this anyone, you can do this all the time, and I encourage you to do this every time you go to a place where you swipe or tap your card, okay? Especially at Walmart. Check the little device where you swipe your card or tap your card in. Like literally just grab
Make
it.
sure there's nothing else.
And like wiggle it off. If you can even find these YouTube videos, you'll see that if you just tap it or swipe or whatever, you can't tell anything. But if you start grabbing it, it doesn't take much effort, because when the person who put it there, they're waiting for the cashier to turn around, and then they literally just go, bah, like a domino.
So this was one of those like scratch off on the back, and the number was intact.
So it won't matter. Here's the thing. That's one way. So they'll get the card, it's activated, that machine records the number and it's transmitting it to someone far away.
Mm-hmm.
The other way is they just grab all those cards and they register those cards. They register them before they're sold so that they have those card numbers, like you said, and then they're able to know when it's activated, and they're like, oh, we can start using it now.
It's so disgusting, because it was a gift for someone that was already on a budget. And they get so excited and they go to the store and you didn't have that money there, and it's awful.
It feels horrible. I've had
that's why I'm like, I hate Walmart.
Yeah, I had someone steal. So I collect points on my restaurants and stuff.
Marlboro
like that, right?
points, Marlboro Red.
my Eckerd's points. And
you still have an Eckerd?
No. Oh, so what ends up happening though, this was a story that it freaked me out. I went to B-Dubs and I was gonna get some free wings because I collect quite a few points, to be honest with you. And so I went there, I was gonna go get some wings, and I looked at my points balance and it was 0. And I flipped my lid. And guys, let me tell you, I had about like almost 20,000 points, and that's hard to get on B-Dubs. Okay,
right.
I always take advantage of all their offers and specials. I'm like, ooh, 1,000 points if I order $15 worth of food this week. So that's how I do it. I called them up and I was like, what happened? I said, I looked in here and just yesterday I ordered here and I had like 18,000 points in here. What's going on? And they were like, well, you spent them all. And I was like, I see that, but that wasn't me. So I was like, look at this. I just want you to know, I'm calling from Illinois. Mm-hmm. I used my card the previous day from Illinois, and it was like at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, right? I was like, look when the points were spent the next day. And they said, I was like, do you really think I hopped on a plane that night to get to California, spend all my B-Dubs points over there, and then come back the next day, or the same day to use them?
Yeah. It sounds logical.
No, and I wasn't mean with her. I was just like, does that seem like it's possible? And so she was like, no. She goes, we're sorry. We'll do a one-time. I hate that when they do that, right? We'll do a one-time credit back. And I was like, you will? And I was like, all 17,000? And she was like, yeah. I was like,
how did you get so lucky?
Like you. I was just
I didn't
whatever.
I never got
I made it for the 30 minutes.
Oh,
what?
Your story just now. You said you got there 30 minutes late, and they couldn't.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
so they actually refunded you. So
yeah,
that's an early sign too, because B-Dubs uses NCR. So
there you go. So with that, you always change your passwords. Now let me tell you about this new piece of technology that's just been found out earlier this year. So you know what a skimmer is. I just explained what that is.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
You can find those in gas stations.
Yeah, yes. And again, anytime you use your card, guys, just wiggle wherever you put your card in or tap it on, and see it. If it comes off pretty easily, it's a skimmer. Now, there's a new piece of technology that was released this year called shimmers. And if you thought skimmers were slick, oh heck, a shimmer can read your credit card data based off the RFID on the chip.
Oh, the NFC stuff.
The NFC. It doesn't even need to be anywhere, quote unquote, near you per se. Like if you're getting gas on one side, and the shimmer can be on the other side, and you not even know
I hate
picking up
people.
Your data. And there's nothing
these assholes
currently that exists to stop it.
Okay, but they do have like those RFID shield things. Yeah.
Yes, if you have a shield, that'll work. Okay. But if your card's out to pay.
Oh yeah,
it can still be read. Like you have it like way up here, the card shit's over here, and it's like still like it like automatically.
And so
like Eric pulled it out of his wallet at Allsup's or something, and it just like scanned it. I'm like, we're not even close to it yet. What the fuck?
And so, yeah, these the only thing the only upside to it is these shimmers are really expensive, and they're just not hitting the market right now. They're just too expensive for them to use. But
who's selling this shit?
I don't know. CBS did a story on it earlier this year, and that's where they're the ones who were like, "Yeah, here it is."
Oh my god!
It was freaking out.
Because I saw the guy that was going around, and he had like a folder or a folio, and he had a NFC reader on it, and he would just go up and tap people's purses and stuff like that, and be able to collect their information. So it was crazy. I was like, "What?" But he was like, he was just testing and letting people know, it's like, "Hey, do you have a card with this card number?" And because he had stopped them after he took it, and he'd be like, he goes, "Yeah." It's like, "Well, you need to make sure you get an RFID sleeve."
And then, like in an interesting twist of plot here, he decides he likes it, so that now he's stealing it for a living.
Right, exactly. Now he's the world's largest hacker.
Yeah.
Great.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, all the hackers that work for the government are reformed because they got busted. So
the Nazis that came to work.
You can either go to jail or you can help us catch other people like you.
Let me be a snitch. Him and his internet over there. Yeah. What do you call it? What is copper internet or what was
his copper internet and his
someone stole his copper.
Yeah, and his fiber. He's supposed to have fiber, but he keeps getting locked out like that. So
what is a good fiber supplement? Mucinex? No, that's for boogers. What is that?
That's for mocos.
That's for mocos. What is that one?
Oh, you're talking Metamucil.
Metamucil, yeah. Metamucil next.
Never had to use it, so yeah. So the producer gets mad at me because I take care of business 3 or 4 times a day. So
that's good though.
How did we? Wait. You're talking about one thing. I had a blip. Now I'm in a different universe. We were talking about something.
Well, because you talked about fiber. And then Sandy was trying to come up with a fiber product.
And I came up with a local product.
And then we went to the poop products.
Okay. I do not like talking about poop because we have some dear friends who are always talking about that, like on every episode they do. And I'm like, oh my God. I have to check out on that one. I'm like,
well, I mean, we weren't like going to go there. We
weren't going to go like
we already went there.
Deep into it. We were just
Joe went there.
I was just thinking of the fiber.
Right.
There we go again.
You know what, though? At my age, I'm just glad that I don't have to go do the actual colonoscopy. I can just do it at home.
Do it yourself?
Yeah.
Shit in a bag, mail it off.
Yeah, you can do it.
Oh, I thought you just
they can actually. Yeah, they
you do the do.
He gets a camera on his own. He's he's a camera guru. He's like, let me see. I'll send y'all a video.
I was like,
he's like, can we do
it was funny because I was doing a checkup with my new PCP or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, we need to do a colonoscopy." I was like, "No, we don't, because I already did a colon guard." And she looked through.
What's a colon?
The Cologuard, though, he does say in his little cartoon that it's not accurate.
What is
So
that?
you better get that
What are you
camera up
doing?
there.
What is going on here? I don't want to ask this, but
This
I want
is
to
a
know.
health PSA, Jamie.
this is important for some
This is
people.
important for
You
some
need to
people.
the early
45
detection.
and older. Early detection is
Remember, I'm
key.
still the young baby of the three of us, so
No mames.
Oh my gosh, cállate.
How old did
compared
you
to
turn?
Joe, actually,
I mean, compared to we're still sperm.
he's like I don't know what he's doing, saying Cholo guard or whatever, but
Chorro.
Well, so I had to do one, and the producer had to do one as well, and she was not as.
She's like, "Stop airing my business."
She's like, "I don't even want to try this."
You hearing this, Chris?
Yeah, she's not listening. Oh, but I did. Has been trying the what's it called? The lavage. You know what the lavage is?
That sounds very
The neti
French.
pot for your nose.
The neti pot, but it's motorized. So I use the neti pot, and it's manual. Just tilt your head.
I thought it's called
Yeah.
Navage.
No, okay, yeah, you're right. Navage. So the
Okay,
Navage.
I was like, well, man, I'm
Yeah.
slow.
So the Navage, you just stick it right here, and you hold the button, turn it on, and it pushes it out. So you don't have to like tilt your head over or anything like that.
Oh, nice.
But she's
And
like,
what is that for?
it's to clean out your sinuses. So she
Oh.
has some sinus issues and then allergies and things like that. And
I did.
I only
about a
use
guy
it
who
whenever
died
I'm
from
like,
once though.
Yeah, that caught an infection, right?
Yes.
yeah, you got to
because
be
he
careful.
used just
Yeah,
regular
distilled
tap water.
Yeah,
No,
don't
he
use regular
just-
tap water.
Yeah.
Okay, one at a time, because there's so, like I'm gonna use tap water.
Don't use regular tap water. You use
Hi,
distilled
Sean.
water.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, Chuck.
Did y'all see
Yeah.
lots of shit and burgers, Joanne?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Poop and mocos.
Yeah, I mean, neti pots are freaking awesome. They really
Yeah, dude.
do
Yeah,
great.
neti pot. But she didn't want to do the neti pot because she can't do it
her
manually.
head.
So this thing, just like you put in two pieces right here up the nostrils, and it just, and then it comes out.
Out your eyeballs.
It's over here.
No, it
You
doesn't.
did. We could rewind it. You.
No, it goes like this.
Hi, Sylvia Jennings.
Hello, Sylvia. So
So, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Olive oil up the nose works. Oh, I remember. So since we're talking about noses, in the insurance world, we always come up with there's always like different things that people try to insure, right? So there's a really popular, which I had to Google, and now my Google's kind of crazy, but there's a thing called vagina steaming. And so I had to Google that because they offer it in salons. So very interesting. You steam your lady bits, in case I were wondering. And
it's exactly what it sounds like.
yeah, there's nothing different about it. So anyway,
So
John,
the benefits
hard for your
are
ladies. You singe your parts. I don't know. My luck, I'd boil something off that I needed. I don't know what the point of that shit is.
It reminds me of like the old lady who got hers burned from McDonald's.
The McDonald's.
Yeah.
Man, I watched that. So that was really bad, y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
the way that they
did her story,
screwed
like they
up.
made it seem like she was an idiot. No,
Yeah.
McDonald's messed that up so badly.
Yeah.
they did a smear
I'm glad they
campaign.
lost.
Yeah, they did a
ethically,
smear
but-
campaign on her.
Yeah. I mean, because
Didn't
you were
do
like,
much.
oh man, like but she only ended up getting like $1 million, and that didn't even cover all of her reconstructive surgeries that she had to have.
So
What is
crazy.
it then?
Freaking
All to be the world's hottest coffee.
Yeah.
Some bullshit like that. How about they make the most accurate food order? How about that?
How about that?
Right.
Exactly.
How about getting our
How about
order
having
right?
a freaking milkshake of it or a ice
How about
cream?
your ice cream
for
machine
people-
working?
Yeah, how's it always broken?
It's because they don't want to clean. Here's the deal: they don't want to clean it out. They don't want anybody to order.
No,
So I used to work at Brian's, and we had the ice cream machine there.
Did you know Brian's burnt down?
What? Really?
It's been a while. Yeah.
The one on 50th?
Yeah. The only Brian's.
Is there other one that? Oh wow.
The one with the little vaquita.
Are they not open anymore?
I don't think so.
Karma's anyway. I'm just.
Why? What happened?
Oh,
What did Brian freaking do?
Wait. Are they still open? Maybe.
No, they're like
Better
they were
check
in the
if they are
process
not
of
before I
reopening.
say
No, they're
anything.
not. No, they're not open.
Okay.
I've only been there one
So
time.
Brian, I did not have a positive time working there when I was a
Was
kid.
Brian a DB?
There were certain
Brian
individuals who were not good to work. You can't say anything, Joe.
He is.
But we're talking about this one. It's in Illinois. This Brian.
Right. So the one, yeah. So that was a really tough place to work with, to say the least. And one day he yelled at one of his employees for some dumb stuff.
Steaming their vegetables?
Probably steaming the vegetables. Exactly. Right. Exactly. And so he said to this employee, he told him to leave, but not in that kind of way, in a very ugly way.
Like, vete la chingada?
Basically. And so the employee thought that meant you're fired, which it was hard to distinguish because that's exactly what he said. And then found out later that they weren't fired because he was expecting him back at the shift the next day.
Chon said, "Do it, Joe."
So it just he was not a very pleasant manager to work for.
There's lots.
But I met him later at Trinity, and he was really a swell guy then.
No,
maybe he turned over a new leaf.
No. He's good to his vendors, not necessarily to employees. Because there's a lot of.
I used to be his vendor, and he definitely would. Right, exactly. It was all smiles and handshakes.
I just sent you the article about their fire, so I can't tell if they're still open or not.
Because when this original article came out, they were like just a little small kitchen fire, and when I saw the pictures, I'm like, y'all's definition of small and my definition of small is totally different, because that's a freaking total as far as I'm concerned.
Right. So you're lucky I'm not the adjuster.
Yeah, because I'd be like, just burn it all, just let it burn on down. Just a little cow. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
So we tried,
I'm gonna read this.
Speaking of restaurants, we tried the new Vizzo's, which is an African restaurant.
So good.
When we went to Disney, we stayed in the whatever that had the African restaurant downstairs, and we got to eat their breakfasts and dinners, and it was
their spice level. Don't do it.
Be careful.
Yeah. Did you try the suya? The suya, Sandy?
We all got something different. We all like sampled off of everybody's plate. So I'm not sure what all I tried, but everything that I had was delicious.
Yeah. So it was the meat with the onions in it, the meat strips with onions in it. It was so good. And then we tried all the meat pies. And then I tried a Scottish egg, which was an egg that was
wearing a kilt.
Sausage. Yeah, it's sausage, and then it was breaded and fried, a hard-boiled egg. It was so good. So good. The producer didn't like it as much as I did, but I was like, yes. I love it.
Yeah, well, so we stay away from the fried, so probably didn't sample anything that was fried.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So you didn't try the meat pies, or you probably didn't try the Scotch egg, but the soya, the meat was with the onions. It's basically an appetizer.
And they were so nice. Everybody there was so nice.
Mm-hmm. On Saturday nights, I think they were playing some club music. That's when we went, and they had a limited menu, and they were playing some club music. I was like, hey, I like the beat and stuff like that. Couldn't understand a word, but it was really cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
I can't remember what night we went. We went like a Tuesday or something.
Yeah, this was on a Saturday night because we went. Did we go after them? We went after them.
Excuse me.
We went to go see Jules.
What's that?
Which is about an alien that landed in this guy's backyard, and nobody believed that there was an alien.
Las Vegas thing
in his backyard.
Yeah, the legit Las Vegas thing.
The Las Vegas story.
That landed to the Mexicanos.
Yeah.
They were like, he was 8 or 10 feet tall, and it was muy cucuy. He scared us. And we're like, you go back there. You go back. They sent the police out. The police officer said, no, I'm not going. Never mind. Yeah. He opened the gate. No, I'm just going to leave that there.
He was an older guy, and he always would go to the town hall meetings and say that the town slogan needs to be. So people would blow him off all the time. Well, he came to the town meeting and said, hey, there's a UFO that landed in my backyard, and it ruined my begonias. And my begonias are going to take years to grow back. So nobody believed him. They're like,
because he cried wolf for so long.
Yeah, because he's like, did you just say a UFO landed in your backyard?
What was it called?
Jules.
I've never heard of this story.
Yeah, it was
Joe, did you know Scottzilla bought the Shack barbecue place?
But yeah, I knew that. That was a long time ago.
Why don't I remember the Shack?
Old news, Joanne.
JD took me to a barbecue joint when I was there last. It was on North.
Did he take you to Evie Mays?
Yeah, that was Shaq. He should have taken you to Evie Mays.
He should have taken you to Evie Mays, that cheap bastard.
I can't believe that person bought that.
Yeah. Well, he's had it for a while.
Joanne's just not finding out.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
I'm
not
saying,
churning.
if I had known that was his, I probably wouldn't have gone there.
Right. Exactly.
But I was.
Well, because JD was being cheap and taking you
How
to
long
cheap
ago was
places.
that, though?
It was just
2 years ago?
November.
Just
Come
in
on,
November.
miss.
Years ago. I buried my father. You were
Oh,
there,
yeah.
Sandy.
Oh, yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun. Jamie likes to fly high.
I need a freaking chocolate
Yeah.
right now. Two of them.
You are in, yeah. I think it was called Jules. Let me double check. I think it was called Jules.
Watch
But
them
yeah,
come
it
out
was
with
a
some
low
crazy
budget.
name.
It was a low budget.
Where did you see this at? The drive-in?
No, not the drive-in. Just the regular theaters. But it was.
You spent money on a movie that I have never heard about. That's
Actually
so
not.
weird.
No, because I am part of the Cinemark plan, and I had 2 tickets, 2 free
This
tickets.
the way I'm part of the plan. Oh
I'm part of the Cinemark plan.
Aren't y'all
Well,
Cinemarkers?
Is this guy talking when he's been trying to get us to sign up for the movie thing for I don't know how long?
Sandy don't know what you're talking about, so
Yeah.
you just debunked that because I hadn't been telling y'all anything.
Yeah, you've been trying to get us to sign up for the movie seat thing.
Yep, just
Whatever.
found out. Not supporting that
Whatever.
shithead's business. Joe, how do you really feel? How do you really feel?
Tell me how you really feel.
So earlier we went to eat at Twisted Root, and because they have a gluten-free bun
Boyga?
burger.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we really do like the buns because most people do
Yeah,
lettuce wrap or you
bun.
just do it bunless. Anyway, so we went to Twisted Root, and
It's Carrie, CPJ joint.
they're next to the Hi CPJ. They are next to the Alamo, and I was telling Eric and Kate, I said, I believe that
In San Antonio?
Alamo House, Draft House,
They
the
have one
theater, has a gluten-free or a cauliflower crust pizza. I said, so next time that we go eat a movie, we can watch dinner.
You know, I can't handle cauliflower, right?
Did you
It's
say
like
next
one
time
of
we
the
go
only
eat a movie,
vegetables.
we can
Yes.
watch dinner?
I
Yes.
can't.
I'm a little slow.
You said that on purpose, though, this time.
This time I said it on purpose.
Okay.
Just so I could.
knew that.
I was telling the story.
It was a great story.
No, you interrupted. So there's that.
Sorry.
And Joe wasn't even listening.
He's still not.
I know. He's busy fumbling.
Yeah.
CPJ has some cute Texas Tech shirts that she is selling. They're sequin. So cute. I watched my dinner get in my mouth. But yeah, so their burgers are good. What is going on there? Did your fiber quit working?
No.
Did you get a new ring?
No. Well, yes.
What? What'd you get for your birthday?
Nothing. Some comic books. Oh, let's not talk about it. I had such a horrible birthday.
I know I felt bad. I was like, damn, we should have just waited to get that ring. You should have just opened that shit.
Like, I had one kid give me some news.
Box.
And then, no. It wasn't even gifts, just news. And then I had one kid in the house who was like, gave me some meh news. I was like, come on. And then 2 kids who missed the bus that morning, and I had to take them to school. It was the second day of school. And I was like, it's my birthday. What? And then like at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, my boss says, hey, I need this report done by tomorrow at 12. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to need to work through the night to get this done.
Oh my.
So that's what I did. So my wife went out and got me a pizza because I couldn't leave this chair because I had to work all night. And I worked till like 1 a.m. or something like
Ooh.
that. Yeah. And I was just like,
You're like, F this birthday.
And my wife, earlier in the day, she did bring me breakfast for lunch. She was like, sorry here, and it was really thoughtful. And then later, she brought me the pizza. I told her specifically I wanted this specific popcorn. And so she brought me popcorn that was, have y'all ever had pecans? in your popcorn?
No, that
Caramel?
sounds intriguing.
I thought
I might
I wanted
sample it.
caramel peanut popcorn with some spicy popcorn and cheesy popcorn. That's
Combined all together?
Yes.
I love it.
It's real good. So, and I mean, she really tried. Don't get me wrong.
Just go
So
look for
this
your
has
pet,
jalapeno
Jamie.
cheddar, spicy buffalo, and caramel pecan. Now it tastes
Mhm.
good. It's really good.
Mhm.
It's really spicy, but the pecans just
That's a wild flavor. Sean said no,
yeah.
thank you.
It's not what I asked for, but bless
But
her
it's what
heart
you
because she was
got.
trying to make me like happy and stuff, right? And so then she and my oldest came downstairs and they were like, "We wanted to give you something at least for your birthday." And so I opened a box that had some comics, which are right down there. So I got those, but it yeah,
Isn't there a song that says if it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so damn sad?
because I had to work, and no one in my family didn't really. It felt like I was the afterthought of the day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I feel like that every day. And I don't like to feel like that on my birthday.
Yeah,
And
just
and
one
they know,
day.
y'all know, and people know. And so, and I get that I had to work, but to still feel like the afterthought. And so I thought we were going to make it up because I was hoping that we could do a dinner together. I like to have wings or something special for me. I was thinking maybe even barbecue this year, but I always forget that we don't do barbecue well up here. And so then I was
sure,
like,
the
I want to
worldwide
watch.
Illinois barbecue doesn't sound
Right. Don't they have a
So I
shack up
wanted
there?
to do a movie, a family movie. I wanted to watch Resident Evil together. So I thought we could at least do that and then maybe share some stuff. So it's not for that family didn't care or anything like that. School had just started the day before too. It was the first day of school. Here we are, however many days later, and I'm still feeling super low from my birthday. So it's like, man.
Oh, sorry. I
that
shouldn't have brought
stinks.
that up.
So yeah. I forgot until you just said something.
Way to go,
Thanks,
a-hole. Joanne said, poor baby.
Yeah.
We
But
should go into the "Am I the Butthole" stories. That's what we should do. 'Cause-
Mr.
I wanna
asked
share-
too.
I'm going to share my comic book because I want to do that because that makes me feel good. And I love sharing comic books, even if y'all don't. At least
Joanne,
I
just
like
pause
that.
for about 10 seconds. Go potty, Joanne. Come back
Okay.
later.
yeah, go to the bathroom.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the ones that are like sort of least, but I like this one. This one's The Punisher. I like the cover.
That
It's
is
just a really
I
cool
like it.
drawing.
I
Trying to
like
find
it.
the right.
Joanne said, oh crap, she just remembered she has to go to the restroom. She'll be right back.
No worries, Joanne. No worries. So there's that. That's Punisher. Check out this one though. This is a really cool looking.
Let me guess. Hold on. Is this X-Men?
No.
I wonder what gives it away.
Is it X-Men?
No, it's
Oh.
it's Fantastic Four. It's the Human Torch.
But isn't that X-Men Fantastic Four?
Sure,
No,
why
it's
not?
Marvel, but not.
Oh.
This house and this stupid fly finds the basement corner room to bug me in. It doesn't make any sense. Okay?
I
Because
hate
your
most
ferret
cats.
brought it in. That's why.
It might
It's
be.
probably the ferret.
So this one I like. This is The Darkness. That's one of my favorite comics.
I don't know who the
That's pretty
darkness
cool.
is.
That's okay. Mark Silvestri, one of my favorite artists too.
Oh, Mark Silvestri. That's what you
Yeah,
should
you
say.
remember him, right? Right.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course I
yeah.
do. Of
Of
course I
course.
do.
And then I've got this one. This one's a pretty slick book. It's an all foil on the cover, and it's a variant of what's her name?
The variant?
Spider Gwen.
Oh,
Squin.
Spider
Gwen.
Gwen Stefani. Oh, Stacy.
Gwen Stefani.
Wrong.
This
Wrong
one I
character.
absolutely- This
That.
man.
Yes,
That's
I know.
excellent.
That's Storm.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Mhm.
killer book.
Killer.
And it's a virgin. Means that there's no like words, no markings.
We
of-
don't need to know her status. That's
Right, that's
keep
not
that to
really-
yourself.
This
That's
one was a gem.
irrelevant.
This one I couldn't believe I got. So this
Hold on.
is the Ronin, but the
knew it.
Ronin Jedi.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
So
that.
that's his lightsaber.
Didn't even
If you've
say that.
seen Jedi, what was the cartoon called, Joe?
The
Sammy?
Mandalorian.
No, the cartoon. Anyway,
That's a
Visions.
freaking
Star Wars Visions. So he has a story in there, but this book is, I mean, it's actually
This is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
well.
Is
I
he a
don't read
virgin
my books. I
too?
just get it for the art. It is a virgin, but this book is probably
Good job,
a very
Sandy.
high dollar book right here.
It's a high dollar.
Yeah, like a few. Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, no freaking way, and I got it. Like, yeah.
That was these are your birthday ones?
No, those are back over there.
Oh, those are over there sad.
Yeah,
On
I
the
need,
side.
I need to bag them and board them. I don't have any more boards. I don't have any more boards. So anyway, those are my comics that made me feel a little bit better. I forgot what we
Well,
were talking about.
congratulations on your
Those are
virgins.
good
All right,
ones.
so here's a story I got. You ready?
Let's do it.
Well, no, I have
Okay.
questions. I have really controversial questions that everybody needs to answer just really quickly.
Go for it.
Okay. First question. Do you share your towel with your spouse? Like the towel that you just got out of the shower with, do you share it with your spouse?
No, because she is a germaphobe, and there's no way in the world that she would do that.
So apparently there's a species of people that share towels.
I cannot handle
Fucking
that.
disgusting.
I can't handle it.
It's disgusting.
I can't handle that.
Like that has his culo on it. Like I'm not. That has his patas and his culo.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
disgusting.
My kids do that, and it pisses me off.
Huercos cochinos.
Like they, yeah, like they'll take my towel because they can't find theirs or whatever. And I'm
Sean
like,
does not share. Just let
Ooh,
y'all know right now.
ooh,
Okay. Second
Ooh.
controversial question.
Okay.
Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
don't say
Apparent-
toothbrushes.
No.
Okay.
So, do you and your spouse have your own spot on your bed? Like you sleep there every single night?
Yes.
Yes.
Apparently, there's a breed of people that sleep on whatever side willy-nilly. Like they
Both
don't
of
have,
them, and they don't care.
they don't care. Like what? Like get off
We
my
even get in
side.
fights. Like when we go to a hotel, and I'm like, "That's my side of the bed."
Oh,
And she's
Eric
like,
and I
Yeah,
are
we
like,
pick as soon as we get it. Yeah, we pick.
yeah, yes,
But
but apparently,
There's
So
just
do
That's
y'all
species out
stay
there.
on the same side of the bed, like whenever you're at the
if we
hotel?
yes,
Yep.
if we go out of
Mhm.
town, we're
Mhm.
staying in the same spot of our bed. Like
See, I'm the same way, but sometimes
Now,
the
I
producer gets a
hate
little
going-
funny, and she's like, "No, I want to be on this side of the bed." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. That's my side of the bed."
You're like, my bad.
you're like,
I'm
let
gonna
me
do
go
that
put my
next time.
wet towel on this side.
I need to do
That's a
that.
good one, huh, Joe?
Yes. My germs. My germs.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
handle that. But here's the thing: I can't handle going to a hotel with my family because they have to have it a little bit warmer for the kids, and my wife will do whatever for the kids, and I'm like,
Oh
then
no.
I'm miserable because I'm awake all night. It's miserable. It's warm. It's just
Sean said, "Just me and my dog."
Just me.
PJ says, "I hate to speak ill of the disease, but my folks used to share deodorant." Oh no, that's
Oh.
That is bad. Look, like in a crunch, if I know that my secret's gonna tell on me and I forgot it, then I'm gonna use Eric's. I mean, this happened.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
what
it's
happened
not-
to Jamie? He's so freaked out by it right now.
He's like, "No, there's no way."
You left him speechless. That's
I mean,
crazy.
it's not a crazy one. He's like, "No, no, no."
He's like, ew.
Yeah, there's no way. No, we would not share that either.
No.
wait. What was it? What did I miss? Share what?
Oh, Sylvia, she's gagging a little.
We're losing
say
her.
sure?
We're
Oh, the
losing-
deodorant.
Okay, now those are the two controversial topics that I had. I figured they were just easy and quick, and now we can proceed to AITA.
Oh, okay. Here we go. This was a good one. Okay. Me and my girlfriend, both 26. I don't know. I don't care about the ages sometimes. Have been dating for 3 years now. My girlfriend is a huge Taylor Swift fan and was really excited when she found out Taylor would be performing at MetLife Stadium right near us. I decided to surprise her with Taylor Swift concert tickets since I knew she really wanted to go. I called in sick the day the tickets dropped and waited in the Ticketmaster queue for 2 hours. Finally, when it opened up, I bought 2 seats for $400 each.
Oh, man.
Presumably
big
one
baller.
for her and another for me. When she came back from work that night, I surprised her with the tickets, and she was ecstatic. However, When I claimed I was excited to go with her, she got very confused and claimed she thought the 2 tickets were for her and her best friend.
No mames,
who is-
pendeja.
Cabrona.
Get out of here.
who is also a big Taylor Swift fan. I was very disappointed since I believed that this was an experience we could do together and it would be something we would remember for the rest of our lives. My girlfriend could tell I was upset and said she would be happy to go with me instead. I told her she should go with whoever she wanted to go with more and to not go with me just because it was what I had planned. After hearing this, my girlfriend immediately called her friend and told her that they were going to the Taylor Swift concert together. Ouch. I told my girlfriend that if her friend wanted to go with her, she had to pay the $400 for the ticket, and her
You
friend
damn right.
Damn right.
While my girlfriend and her friend went together and both had a great time, I felt betrayed since she chose her over me. While I know my girlfriend's BFF is a much bigger Taylor Swift fan than me, I was still excited to go since I've never been to a concert before, and I hate to listen to some of Taylor Swift's songs. Like I said before, I also believe this would be a memory we could both remember together. Should I have done things differently and not given up my tickets so willingly?
Yes. You look right here. First of all, she asked. Yes, she is. She's on for that gold comment. No, that was for you and her. Listen, I love my friend, but do you think I'm going to give you a $400 gift? No,
No.
Right?
Nope.
No. He is not. Is he asking if he's an asshole? He's not the asshole. He's a dumbass. He's a dumbass.
He's a dummy. Yeah, for sure. I totally agree that he is not the asshole. And the way that she reacted, I would have been like, you know what? I'm just going to take these tickets and we're done.
I'm going to go to Taylor Swift by myself.
Me and my best friend. Yeah.
I'm like,
me and your best friend's boyfriend are going to go see Taylor Swift.
Swifties are a dime a dozen. You could find plenty of Swifties.
There's Swifties, like, I could just go outside and yell, who wants to go to Taylor Swift with me? And boom, there we go.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I can't believe she did that. That is just wrong.
So I agree with you.
But devil's advocate.
Not devil's advocate. My issue here is his passive aggressiveness, though.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true.
That's why I said he's a pendejo.
He is. He totally left that open to her. He let her have that decision.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say, well, no, I think we're going to go. Your friend can go another time. I want to share this with you. I would like to see you happy. I know I don't like her, but it's kind of, I think about it like sometimes when I go, it's as easy as when I go, like if I go get something to eat, I still think of Dr. Pineapples, right? Like I might get her something. And if I know what she likes, I'll get it for her. If I don't know, I'll just bring her something, right? Even if she doesn't like it. It's not the money for the food or whatever. It's that I'm thinking of you. Yeah. And so I'm just getting for you. And here, if you want it, you want it. If not, you don't. One of the kids will eat it, right? I think that's the thing here is he should have just been like, no, I want to be a part of that happiness.
Right. Yeah, I want to see what the big deal is. You know, hey, I'm not a biggest fan as you, but let me go see, and then maybe I'll be
but it's an experience for us. Like this is us. Like that's what you should.
But she automatically. Though here's the problem, though. She automatically assumed that was for her best friend.
She sure did. And then as soon as he gave her that door, she went through it again. She went through it the first time without thinking.
2 red flags.
And then came right back over and was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'll be checking that relationship.
It's hard for me to kind of. Okay, so the first one, that kind of makes sense. The second one, though, I can't put that against her because he totally said, hey, you should go with whoever you want to go with. He didn't like that. He wasn't her first choice. But I get that, guys. Look at this. Do I want to take Dr. Pineapples to a comic convention with me? I would love to, but I would never do it. She would enjoy it for the first however long until she got hungry or her feet got tired.
Can we go?
Yes.
It's time to go.
I'm like, my feet are hurting and I'm hungry, but I'm willing to stay for the whole shebang.
Exactly.
I mean, because once you see one comic, they all kind of start looking alike.
Right. They're all square sheets of paper. So, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, Anyway, I wanted to say
especially that much money, and she automatically assumed $800. He waited in line 2 hours, spent
Called in
$800.
sick. Didn't he
called in
missed how
sick,
much work money?
and then the first thing she thinks it's for her friend.
Yes.
Pendeja.
Yes.
Yeah, that is total red flag stuff.
That's
right there,
exactly
man. I'd be
what
like,
happened.
I would have like,
She does not respect him.
yeah, screw that, man. Yeah, I don't care if I do agree the fact that he kind of gave her an out, but after hearing the way that she responded, like right when he told her about him,
Mm-hmm.
that would have been.
It's like,
I'm like,
well,
I like,
anyway.
I would have like,
Moving on.
What? Why would I spend $400 on your friend?
On your goofy ass little friend that I don't even like.
That's
so weird. It's so weird, right? It's just weird.
Yeah,
It's like you said. It's just a red flag. It's like,
you're right.
anyway. All right. Here's the next one. You ready for this
Okay,
one?
let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right. Am I the butthole for not telling my roommate I own the house? So this one's long, and I'm just gonna cut it really short. So there's two people.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Says by actions what she thinks about him. Agreed.
Stop it. It scared me. Good night. Baby, I'm on the jeez. Come on, miss. Come on, hurry. Bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night, Betty.
Bye. Hurry. Go.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Love you more. Okay. So this starts off with the house is basically it belonged to family member. Family member passed away. The house was left to the son. Okay. I don't know if it's the grandson or something, but it doesn't matter. It was left to this kid who's writing the story. Okay. He has the house, and so someone needs a roommate and somewhere to live. So he says, "Hey, I have a room in my house in the house," and the person likes the house, visits it, everything else, ends up going ahead and saying, "Okay, I like it. I'd like to move in." Like, great. Here's the cost for it. Just pay that a month. That takes care of everything. And so a year later, the new roommate, the new person, is like, "Hey, I'm getting a little tired of paying you the rent. Can I actually just pay the landlord the rent?" And the guy goes, "Well, I'm the landlord." And he was like, "Wait, what?" So then the new tenant is pissed now that his roommate is the owner of the house, is the landlord. He's like, "You are a jerk. You own the house and you never told me about this. And you're making me pay your mortgage. That's ridiculous." And so the guy was like, "I didn't necessarily lie to him. I never told him. I didn't think it mattered." He was like, he needed a place to live. I asked him if he'd come take a look. He liked it. And I just was like, "Well, it's going to cost this much." And it was under market of what he could get for the same, which would have cost him like triple or double what he was paying the roommate, the owner, the landlord, whatever way you want to say that. So he asked a few other friends and some family members, and most said that he was wrong for having them cover his mortgage payments. Only a few said that he was in the right for charging the roommate to cover $650 of the $775 a month mortgage. Now, again, the guy could go find his own place that would have been smaller and still would have been charged. You know the story, how that kind of thing goes. He would have gotten charged more anyway. So $650 was still a deal for him, a steal. So he's not going to evict him or anything else. And it was in the lease that he signed. It had his name as the landlord. So it was all there. The guy didn't, but and he didn't make a big stink. He just was like, "What's the deal? You wanted it. Here's the rent, and you paid. Why?
You agreed. You paid for it."
So, what do y'all think?
Go for it, Joe.
I think tough shit.
He an ass.
It's like, why does that matter? You're paying lower than market value rent of what you could find, and you're not what. So what changes really? What changes really? If you have a problem, you're going to go to your friend to fix it. There's nothing that changes it. I'm just like, get over it. He was the smart one. You were the dumb one. So
go buy your Go ahead.
You're mad because you're paying his mortgage, but you're going to go pay a stranger's mortgage? Like, what the fuck? Where does that make any sense?
Right, exactly.
And then he's cutting you a break because he's your friend. He could have charged you the whole $770 and you wouldn't have known.
Wouldn't have known.
Wouldn't have known anything.
And he was happily paying the $650 all year until he just was,
stupid.
whatever for him. Where he's like, let me pay the guy myself.
That is the stupidest shit to
who
get
says
mad
that?
over.
Who says that though? Who says, let me pay the guy myself? Why does that matter?
I know when I used to have roommates, I had no problem dealing out my rent to whoever was paying it, as long as it was getting paid.
Yeah.
And I've heard of stories of people who haven't paid their rent and they've been getting rent from their roommates.
Bro. Quick aside, there was a lady that bought a car from a tote the note lot, and the car salesman would come monthly to pick up her car payment, never get a receipt or anything. He was pocketing that son of a bitch money, and her car got repossessed.
That's
bad. But anyway, this wasn't the case, obviously.
No.
Right.
Yeah. So and I agree.
I don't think he's not the asshole.
No, he's definitely not.
You just have a dumb roommate. He should be married to that girl that's over there giving Taylor Swift tickets away. Let me play matchmaker with morons.
I have a story that the producer sent me, and
okay, go for it.
Yeah, she's been all over Reddit lately, so because of her stuff. But she found one and sent one to me, so because it's based in photography. So, am I the a-hole for charging my sister for being her wedding photographer? 23 female.
Wait. Sorry, say that one more time.
Am I the butthole for charging my sister for being her wedding photographer?
Okay, thanks.
Okay. I've been doing photography for 3 years now, and so far my photography journey has been successful, and I enjoy being my own boss. When she first started, so it's kind of long. When she first started, she asked her sister, who's 1 year older than her, if she could practice on her and her boyfriend because she needed to help build her portfolio. Well, she recommended a place and they said, okay. And then the day comes and then they're like, we're going to go to that place, but we don't want you to take our photos. And she's like, but you agreed to practice with me and stuff like that. So they never practiced. She never took their photos, and time passes. And okay, 3 years later, her sister's getting married to the same guy that she wanted to practice with. And now the big sister asked the little sister, hey, can you be my wedding photographer? And now she wants her to do it for free. And she was like, I was going to do it, but I wasn't going to do it for free. And her parents are like, yeah, you should respect her photography business and you should do it. You should allow the discount. And now the big sister is all mad and hasn't even invited her to the wedding. She hasn't got a wedding invitation. And so she's like, am I the butthole for trying to charge my sister for being her wedding photographer? So I have a couple of thoughts on this, but I'll let y'all go first.
Go for it, Jamie.
Here's the thing is, I think when that big of a job, like I would expect to pay my family member something. I wouldn't expect to pay full price, but I would expect to pay something, and a nice amount too, right? I'm not talking cheap, but a nice amount.
Right.
If I don't know that I could demand or expect free, that just is icky, right? Like I feel like, especially with family, like if one of you owned a restaurant, for example, I would love to patron the restaurant and pay for my food. I wouldn't expect a discount or a freebie or anything like that. Just because I want you to be successful and I want you to succeed, kind of thing. So that's kind of how I feel here a little bit. But I can understand wanting it free. People feel entitled.
Yeah. And
I agree
the whole cringe part of this is you expecting a service for free. That is
knowing how much it is,
cringe.
Right?
Yeah, because what you've done is you've shopped it and you know how expensive it is. So now you want to take advantage of your sister. And even if your sister says, yes, I'll do it. And you know what? You're going to pay her something for her time.
I mean,
that's a lot. Like Joe doesn't do it because of how much work it is. And here you are expecting it for free.
Right. So I agree with both y'all. Here's my thing. that really irks me the most
Mm.
is that she wants her sister to work her wedding and not be in her wedding.
That's true.
And to me, that was like that's what pissed me off the most. I'm like, no,
Because you don't value your family being there for you.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, so that was really what made me really upset. I was like, what? Like, my dad, whenever he got married, he was like, he kind of asked me, I was like, no, I don't want to work your wedding. I want to enjoy your wedding. I want to be there. I want to partake in the festivities. I don't want to be working during your wedding. And this is her sister. I'm like, your sister that you grew up with, that you're supposed to have this close bond with. And
But she's apparently not that close if she's
right.
like, you know what, if you're going to let this ruin it and
right.
not even invite her, you're a bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and now, and then like, so, during weddings, there's family photos. How am I supposed to be the photographer and be in the wedding photos at the same time? Because y'all see, to me, that's the shittiest part of the deal.
She's like, just Photoshop yourself in there.
Yeah.
That's a great point, actually. That's
CPJ's comments.
Go for it.
I don't think anyone should ever be entitled to expect anything. If I choose to gift, I choose to gift.
Right.
I want to eat free, live free, lotto for free, close for free, but that ain't how life works, bro.
Yeah.
T-Swift tickets for all. He Mr. Tip ass.
Joe, yeah.
Why use a sister? She should be a bridesmaid and not a person who works the wedding. I agree, Joe.
Yeah.
In my position, sure, I'll do the bridal party, gifts, teas, things. I would even go as far as decorate the wedding for free because that's my jam, but I won't be working the wedding.
Yeah. And a wedding photographer, they work. They're working the whole time. It's not like I stand in the corner and I'm just taking pictures. No, or an iPhone. So, and it sounds like she already has a pretty good portfolio.
Yeah.
But see too, and then I go back to that. Like, okay, I still respected you, even though when we had agreement and you didn't use me then. So why do you want to use me now?
Yeah, because you're expecting it for free now.
Because you're a dick. That's why.
Right, exactly.
See, and I can even understand talking with a sibling about it beforehand, but with the expectation that there's a payment that's going to happen. But I would definitely have that conversation, like if it isn't an option. Like, Joe, I'm getting married. Look, I'd really love to have you in the wedding, but I also love your photography. Like, you're spectacular.
Right.
Would you feel comfortable being the photographer? No pressure, but I just want to ask.
Right.
And then let you,
Yeah, that should be the conversation. It's like, hey, do you want to work it, or I would love to have you in it. And then you can make that decision. But
I'd have you in both capacities.
Yeah, can you just split yourself and kind of figure that part out, figure the physics out? I don't care, but as long as you can be in the wedding and enjoy it and photo.
Yeah, say there's no way. I was like, there's no way that I would ask any of my family, even like a cousin or something, to like be a photographer for my wedding or anything. Or like the kids' weddings or
Joe
anything.
Would be like
that.
They're no good. They're not as good as I am.
Well, that too, but
when you get as good as me, then I might
the
ask
whole
you
gist for me of that story was that she didn't even she automatically assumed that her sister was going to be the wedding photographer, and then automatically assumed that she would do it for free, without even having the thought of I want her to be one of my bridesmaids.
Man, that's awful, dude. I mean, yeah, Joanne, made up a good point about being a bridesmaid, maid of honor. That's, usually kind of what you reserve for your sister or something.
Right.
Joanne says she's a bitchola. CPJ says because she wants to abuse her now. That's why. Como que what?
Yeah.
So that's funny. Never mind. I won't say it. Okay. All right, I got a story here. This one is okay. So some background here. A friend is getting married in the future. At the same time, so we'll say bride. Okay, so there's a future bride who's getting married. The friend that the story is about has been with her boyfriend for a number of years. Okay, about 3 years. Her boyfriend's father was diagnosed with cancer. Okay. It was terminal cancer too, but timing just, whenever it was going to happen kind of thing. they were planning to go to the wedding because it was a few hours away, and everything was fine and everything was lining up right. She was going to be a bridesmaid. Then a turn for the worse. The father's health begins declining rapidly and horribly, and the woman and the bride are in constant communication just to make sure what's going to happen, right? Because it's starting to seem like it's going to line up pretty close.
Oh.
And so they're constantly going. She's like, I really want to be there because she's going to be one of the bridesmaids. And she goes, but I really need to be here for my boyfriend's father because, he told me when this happens, he's going to need me. And so I'll just keep you updated on what's going on. The bride is like, okay, I totally understand. I'm going to start reading here. We are now at the end of his dad's prognosis, and he is currently in the last stages of death. A few days ago, my best friend demanded an answer on if we would be at the wedding or not. Up until then, we believe we would have been able to attend, but now we are unsure what will happen. As she demanded an answer, since she didn't want us to cancel last minute, we decided to decline attending as we didn't want to leave it to the day before, despite us being heartbroken. We won't be there. A few weeks ago, my best friend said to make my boyfriend's dad the priority over the wedding day. She clearly changed her mind as in response to my message explaining our choice. She only screenshotted it and then instantly kicked me from the bridesmaid group chat. Then she ignored me for the following few days. When she finally responded, she said that she understood why my partner wasn't attending, but didn't understand why I wasn't. And she was devastated and angry over the choice. I explained that I refused to leave my partner alone during one of the hardest things he'll ever experience. Plus, his dad also means a lot to me as I went no contact with my dad 2 years ago. And since then, my boyfriend's dad has basically stepped up and been a father figure to me. So I won't be there for him too. So I want to be there for him too. I'm also disabled and haven't traveled alone overnight since 2019. She's still really upset and angry and is ignoring me once again. She said that a few people in her life were on her side, yet people in my life understand my point of view and are upset and shocked with her. So I'm confused. Am I the a-hole?
Absolutely not.
Fuck her running.
Right?
I mean,
You're just a bride. You're not the queen of the world.
like, what? This world is full of entitled assholes. Like, I am sick of people. I really am. Who died and made you the queen and said everything goes?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The fuck is wrong? And then this poor girl is like having a pick.
Yeah.
Be there for your boyfriend because in the end, he's the one who you're gonna have to face the rest of your life. Fuck this girl.
Wow. And I think the bride was getting it from her people, the people around her. And they probably didn't understand the whole story. And it got worse when those people were getting in her head and feeding her this stuff. And so, the bride was probably fine with it up until those people started like saying, well, he's just her boyfriend, right? And so why does he have to be there for his dad? And so I could see.
Like if I'd have just met the boyfriend last week, okay.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years. I mean.
Yeah.
And she went no contact for whatever reasons from her dad 2 years prior. And this man stepped in as a father figure for her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what those people don't know, that side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And
obviously the bride isn't saying, hey, everybody calm down. It's my friend. She's probably not going to make it. She should have smoothed things over. Exactly.
Totally.
One less person on the Christmas list. Yeah. That bride should have said, you know what? I'm not expecting her because of this, this, and this. But obviously the bride wasn't sticking up for her when she wasn't in the room talking about her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely not the a-hole. And then it's so crazy that people think like that.
It is.
If any of my friends are this twisted, we are not friends.
Right.
We are acquaintances. That's what we are.
Mm-hmm. Look, I can understand being emotional about a choice like this, right? I can understand feeling emotions that I would have to deal with because my friend isn't available for me on my most special day. Mm-hmm. But I hope that I would have the emotional intelligence to realize that she is going through this is a sucky situation for everybody. Right. I get from the bride's perspective, I don't really know the father and that doesn't impact my life. But I would hope to be like, but it impacts you, and you're important to me. And
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Right.
you know, like and I think the callousness to be like life, yeah, you know, just the entitlement and everything. It just is like it's mind-boggling. So many of these posts on Reddit that I see sometimes, some of them I just stop reading halfway through because I'll be like, I'm like, you caught me great with the tagline. Let's see what the rest of the story is. And I'll go in and I'll be like, you entitled moron. Jeez, just like there's so many more bigger problems, right?
We
Or
as
like,
parents need to do better about raising these entitled ass kids. I mean,
right, like
it
stop
starts
with the
it
gender
starts as a
reveal
parent.
parties first, right? Like just stop that.
Before they're
Like
even
just
born.
cut that out. Don't even like
Gender reveals, yes, they go all out. Buying your bridesmaids a Rolls Royce for being a bridesmaid.
Oh,
Can we
well, I don't
stop?
know about all that, right? I don't know about all that. But
I sent it to you.
I hear, and then I see these stories where they're like, I was fine, or no, they seem fine, but then they start like what you were talking about, Joe. Then they started getting other people in their head who are like, now they're on my side and saying I should be upset and it's okay to be upset. And it's like, yeah, it's okay to be upset. Like I said earlier, it's okay to be emotional, to be like,
yeah, but to
be a
totally
little beep.
put her friends' emotions to the side and just say, I don't care what you're going through, but you need to be here for me.
So
God,
crazy.
wish a motherfucker would talk to me like that.
You know what? I think
on the wish
hash
creed.
it out
We're on
with
the
your
wish
friends,
creed.
too. I think it's okay. Like for me, for example, I could totally see me calling Joe, for example, and being like, I'm pissed at you, man, that you can't be there. Jeez, you freaking.
No, of course not.
That was really cute, Jamie. Hold on, let me go back to these comments.
Okay.
The bride is going to be an ex-wife pretty soon. Wait,
Right.
Are you back, Jamie?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead with Joe's rant.
Did I leave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you left again.
And you left again. Keep going with the comments.
Okay, so CPJ says, seriously, the only emotions that Bench is feeling is damn. I should have had my sister be the photographer. Now this girl can't stand up and my bridal party will be super uneven. Maybe I'm the ass. Hey, have you seen the stories where she's like, you're bigger than what I want my aesthetic to look, so you can't be, or you're gonna need to lose these pounds.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. That's so shitty.
It's so. Oh.
That is so
People
shitty.
are cringe.
Right. Yeah. Man, if I heard something like that, if my daughters did something like that, I would smack the shit out of them.
Oh my God. Okay, so speaking of daughters and stuff, so there's a post that's circulating. A little girl that goes to Upland Elementary took invitations to invite kids to her birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. She had kids tear up the invitations and throw them back at her. Let me tell you something. That is fucking disgusting. That pisses me off because you know what? You as a parent, you know what you're raising. You know that you're raising little assholes. And you know what? It's probably because you're an asshole.
Right.
You're a parent
You
asshole.
taught them that. They don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Hate is taught.
It is. It is a learned behavior, and those kids learned it from those parents. I told Kate, I said, I would beat the if someone told me, because I know what I'm raising. I know what my kids are.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there would be hell to pay if my kids caught my kids acting like that.
That's crazy. That is so uncalled for. It's like basic human decency is like just gone out the window, it seems like, for some people.
It honestly, it really has. We have raised entitled kids, and then we are teaching our kids. Like I'm all over TikTok. I love watching TikTok. And there's these parents fighting in front of their kids. And like, what example are you setting? Like, what is wrong with you? You are what's wrong with the world.
Yeah.
Sandy, absolutely. If I haven't told you this week, thanks so much for being a legit great friend and not being an MF. Thanks, CPJ. Thanks for sending you all sorts of questions.
Right.
Hello, Fiber.
Hello, Mr. Pineapple's Mobile.
I'm so upset with this stuff, man. Can you hear me okay?
You came right on time for the outro, so.
Which I didn't find, by the way.
I have it right here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, did you put it somewhere, Joe?
No, I just saw it.
I don't know why I can't even hear y'all well.
Video clips or whatever, so. Anyways, we'll be back next week. I
Hopefully.
think. Yeah.
Well.
If life doesn't happen, we will be back.
Get in the way,
Thank you all for being on. We appreciate y'all. Faithful viewers always coming back.
Yeah. So, do you remember what to say, Mr. Pineapples?
No.
Jamie, if you would turn your neons off your bowling alley, I bet your nets would work better.
If you could turn your neon. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right. It's all right. Anyways, let's all have a great weekend.
Tonight's conversation is so delectable, scrumptiously delicious,
you remember him?
Edibly tasty good. Thank you, Ken Dunner.
I think so.
Yeah, he used all those very colorful adjectives.
We appreciate Ken Dunner and
I appreciate him.
Yeah, definitely a word.
Thanks for coming out, Ken. I don't remember how we met him. I think it must have been through Jason, actually. Maybe.
Crazy. Look,
when we come back next week, everyone, I want you to be prepared, and this is for you and Sandy too. Joe, that was a weird sentence. Come prepared. Back with, I want to hear about TV shows that you're watching. TV shows and movies. We're going to talk about some entertainment, right? I've been watching some stuff, and I want to hear what y'all been watching. So throw them in the comments, throw them on the Facebook page, whatever. But that way we can read them and get to them, or just come prepared to share with them, because I just want to hear more. Okay?
Okay, cool.
Lots of good stuff that's been coming out recently.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. Right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.